Hello everyone. I have a new love in my life that I don't know what I was doing until now. Like, I looked for it and I looked for it and I looked for it, and finally, after so much searching and preparation, I finally found it. And it is the Sigma FP. I love this camera so much. It's so tiny. It's so itty bitty. Look how small it is. It's like hand size. It's tiny. This is the smallest full frame mirrorless camera that you can get, and you can build it out into an entire cinema rig. It's amazing. I love it so much. There are tons of videos that you can watch on the specifications and the technicality and the blah 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 blah. This is not the video. This is just me talking about my experience with this camera, what I use it for, and just my unwavering, undying love for it. So I keep it in this lower pro case, and I think this is the 80. I'm not totally sure. And then it has all of my things in it. So the camera body itself, one of my zoom lenses, 2 lens adapters. That is the shoe mount there, and then that is the strap. And the strap will eventually move to the other side of this case, where I keep batteries and cords and some sound stuff for like on the fly, SD cards, things like that. That's neither here nor there. It is about this camera. I love it so much. Look how huge the sensor is. Just gigantic. I love it so much. A couple things that this does not have is a viewfinder. It has a LCD monitor on the back, and it doesn't move or anything. As a lady who shoots things, I don't use an eyepiece because every time I put my eye onto it, it puts makeup on it. And it takes the makeup off my face to do that. And then that's dirty and gross and bad for your eyelashes. So I don't use a viewfinder anyway. You could buy a viewfinder for this. I'm obviously never going to do that because I live in, like, I'm a monitor whore. I lurk in monitors like they owe me money. So I don't have any use for that. There's a couple different ways you can mount it. There's the strap mounts on either side, which are also, so you could shoot vertical this way, vertical that way, or horizontally. There is one at the bottom. There it is by the battery door. Speaking of the battery door, you can open it, there's the battery, and then there's an SD card slot. This, I have put my like lesser SD cards in it. It works just fine, although I haven't shot like a ton of stuff on it. I shot like a wedding, no big deal, but I just got these Lexar cards that are 300s, which is really, really important. That's what they recommend. Or there's like 3 or 4 different SD cards that they recommend for this camera. So I just got those the other day, plus the card readers. Not that I need these, my laptop has a card reader. I don't get down like that, but this is an L mount, which, okay, I stocked this camera for 9 months from Sigma, from its journey from inception in Japan and manufacturing and its way to seeing the United States. And it was at this camera show in New York, or electronic show in New York. And then I was just constantly keeping in touch with Sigma on their Instagram page about this. And then finally, around my birthday in November, I was like, I need to go see this Warlock in person. I've been out for 2 days. I came back to the United States and I was like, I want to see it. So I ran around all over town and you could not find this. And I found one that was like an out of the box thing where you could like see it, but like you can't buy it or whatever. So I was like, oh man, this is really nice. And then in so that was the beginning of November, December, January, I finally got a hold of one. This is it. Obviously, I love it so much. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I don't use it as an L mount. I have yet to find any lenses that are in the L mount that are my jam. So for now, I have two different adapters. I have the Nikon adapter, which I love so much. These are like $13. They're amazing. And then this is a Pentax K adapter because I'm such a terrible person. This poor little vintage lens. This is from 1981. It's Nikon. It's beautiful. I love it so much. Like, oh, look at that, the color in there. I got henna all over it from a henna party. But I shot my friend's wedding with this, and it was just It's just beautiful. I believe it's a 35 to 70. Yeah, it's a 35 to 70. Oh, is that some henna still hanging out in there? Oh yeah. Yep, there it is. Henna still in there. I've been like trying to brush it out. I put the lens cap in my bra, dance the lens cap out, and in a UV filter. Oh, so upset with myself, so I have to get another Nikon lens cap, but I adore this lens. It's so beautiful. It was in perfect condition. Love it so much. And so that's kind of my shorter end of the stick. I don't personally really shoot anything less than a 30 millimeters in focal length. I just don't shoot wide for whatever reason, or at this point in my life I don't shoot wide. So to go longer, I have this beautiful Sigma lens, for whatever reason has a Pentax K mount on it. This case is so cool. It's so cool. Okay, so, okay, you can see it. So the top of the cap holds like your UV filters and stuff like that. Oh gosh, I need to clean those looking through this. Different filters and things like that, and then you put it in there, and then you take this and you go boop, and it stays in there. So here comes, oh god, this thing is so huge. This gigantic Sigma lens that I love so much. I just got the other day. This kind of lens, it has like a built-in hood, which is cool. This kind of lens, this kind of zoom mechanism is really, oh gosh. Oops, there goes my back lens cap, but you can see super pristine and clean and beautiful. For a vintage lens. I love this. This is so helpful, but this kind of zooming mechanism is gonna take some, oh gosh, it's so gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. It's kind of gonna take some getting used to, but it's super smooth. The aperture is really nice. This moves beautifully. Built-in hood. And this is my longer lens that goes from, this is an 80 to 200. So once I max out this lens, I'm only like at a 5mm gap, which, do I really need an 80? Probably not. I'll probably shoot an 85. So I won't be totally down at the bottom of it, which is great. And then I can go all the way up to 200. I would like to get something that's in like the 200 to 300 range, but I feel like once you get up over 300, you get into telephoto, and I don't shoot enough wildlife or anything to really go telephoto right now in this current moment. I wish I did. I wish I could spend my time on safaris shooting, you know, gorillas with a 450, but it's not my current lifestyle, although I wish it was. And I just, telephoto does not, it's not the lens's fault. Not every face can like adapt to telephoto. So for shooting beauty, even if it's like stuff from a distance, shooting people, I don't like being shot with a telephoto, so I don't shoot other people with a telephoto. But I'm in love with this camera. I love it so much. I couldn't be happier. Let's talk about this little shoe mount. Okay, so this goes into the side. So on the side here is your mic adapter, your HDMI, and then a USB. So you could charge it. I don't charge it that way. I use my batteries. I bought aftermarket batteries to go with this. So you take this here and you undo most of your things. So this, underneath this HDMI cable, is this little tiny thing. Hang on, I have to get these open. This is hard. Don't want to do this. Okay, so get that lined up, get it going in there, and then you just kind of ratchet it down. There it goes. So you turn the thing, there you go. And then some people have complained about how this is hard to hold. I think it's super easy to hold. They make various grips. I like that it doesn't have a grip. I'm happy shooting it like this. This works for me. I'm good. I don't need it anymore. I can see how guys with bigger hands would be like, oh, this thing is cumbersome. I don't find it cumbersome at all. So there's a couple things that you can do. So there is, you can plug in there. You can probably barely see that, but then you can use this guy to put that down. You have your shoe mount here, and then you can get into your USB right here. So you could put like a battery or what have you, which is good. And then the cool thing about this is that you can shoot Cinema DMG files and RAW files, but you have to have an external mag to do that. So you could clip on like a small rig mag on any of this. I have yet to shoot something where I have needed a mag and couldn't get down without one. For now, I'm on the SD card route, which is fine with me, and here's why. As somebody who makes docs and just doesn't believe in invasive shooting, I also can't stand the permit office, sue me. I like rolling tiny. I love tiny stuff. My GoPro, I live and breathe for. I love being tiny. And just not up in people's business with a big giant lens, a big giant camera body, a big giant cinema build. There's a time and place for everything. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I love going tiny. I love having something that's just so manageable and so small. And every set that I've taken it to since I've got this to like shoot BTS, I'm not necessarily to shoot the whole deal on. I'm shooting on a red or something most of the time. But people are like, oh my god, it's so tiny. I can replace my 5D with this, and you totally can. I love the 5D. I love the camera. If there's a camera that I have an emotional attachment to, it's the Canon 5D. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just the weight of it, how it feels, the settings. Oh, it's just so like comfortable and beautiful. It's like the macaroni and cheese of cameras. Like nothing compares. I don't like as time goes on, you're like, I'm a little mature for this. Psh, I don't care. I don't care. Put lobster on it. Now it's for grown-ups. I don't care. The Canon 5D has a very, very the only special place in my heart. But this little tiny instrument I adore. So I've gotten some accessories for it. Besides, you know, your run-of-the-mill lenses and adapters and things like that. I don't, because I shoot vintage lenses, obviously they're all manual because they were around before autofocus became a thing. So I don't have any of the like fancy super like art lens and blah 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 blah, but I love my vintage stuff. So in the next video I will show you some of the accessories that I have got that goes into this shoe mount here.